A brand new third-person cyberpunk battle royale game is taking the internet by storm with its visually stunning Unreal 5 cinematics, and with each cinematic trailer revealing a new glimpse within the game's mechanics. And one major factor is the developer's emphasis on storytelling within their battle royale game, which we have never seen before. And I'm talking about a huge grande emphasis, man, because none other than Neil Blomkamp is behind this project. If you don't know Neil, his past work, he's a co-writer of a movie called District 9. Anybody ever heard about it? I bet you have. And he also wrote Elysium, starring Matt Damon. And Neil is considered a sci-fi legend. And his next big project is this battle royale game called Off the Grid. As of now, there aren't many details on this game other than the trailers. So I had to do a little bit of digging, and now I can provide you guys with these details about Off the Grid. Off the Grid is set to have 150 players battling it out on an island called Teardrop Island, and the players assume the roles of Zeros, a cybernetically enhanced mercenaries, and they end up being pawns used by the mega corporations to carry out their dirty work. The game is played in a third-person perspective, so think PUBG. But unlike PUBG, Off the Grid doesn't have only guns. It has cyber limbs, which are prominent features in the game, serving as unique weapons and abilities for us players to use. For example, you can use rockets, a sword, and enhanced movements to jump higher and possibly move faster around the map. Another key feature within Off the Grid is the option to switch out your cyber limbs with your enemies you have eliminated within your match. Off the Grid will also have a PvE element within their games, which allow you to tackle story missions with friends. From what we have seen with the Off the Grid cinematic trailers, this game could have a really good co-op story-driven game tucked away within a battle royale. Talk about things getting tucked away. Help me from being tucked away from the YouTube algorithm by hitting that like button, especially if you enjoy being kept up to date on the latest FPS news. Gracias. Now, what I'm about to talk about next might excite you extraction looter shooter fans, because these new details about Off the Grid sound a lot like an extraction looter shooter. A feature teased in the Switcher Part 2 trailer is hexes, which are collectible items that players will find scattered around the world. Players will collect these hexes and extract them into their hideouts to decode them. Sounds a lot like an extraction looter shooter, doesn't it? Each hex contains a unique blueprint that includes weapons, cyber limbs, weapon attachments, skins, and character customization items. So pretty much Off the Grid is sounding like a hybrid battle royale looter shooter, and the only game that I can say is just like that is Dr. Disrespect's game, Dead Drop, which is super fun, by the way. So because there isn't a lot of information to go off of for Off the Grid, we can only speculate what type of game this truly is. Is it a true battle royale? Or is it an extraction shooter looter and they're just not calling it by that? What are your guys' thoughts on Off the Grid? Does it interest you? Do you think it's going to be a straight up battle royale or some sort of hybrid battle royale like Dead Drop? Write in the comments below and let me know what you think. So you can expect Off the Grid releasing this year. It's targeting for 2023, which is great news because a lot of us that enjoy battle royales or even extraction looter shooters, that's very slim pickings right now. So it's great to hear that game is aiming for this year, and I can't wait to get my hands on Off the Grid. And what also makes this game great is it's free to play and it's coming to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, so all you console fans, this game is targeting you as well. which is great news. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing so you won't miss the next FPS game release. Also, I suggest you guys checking out this video here about a new upcoming extraction looter shooter that you won't want to miss.